Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you how to install the Ox Hydra Pro left-hand rear brake. Now the bike that we're going to be working on is a 2009 KTM 300XCW. Now you may be looking and saying, why are you installing a left-hand rear brake when you already have one? Well, the reason is I installed this probably about, I don't know, 9 years ago. I don't even remember the manufacturer. I believe it was maybe Great Britain. But this is cable operated. And while I love a left-hand rear brake and why I'm installing this, the fact that this is cable operated, it doesn't give me the same amount of force that my right foot would give me on the brake pedal itself. Now I still have the brake pedal. I'm going to show you how this connects, but this was not even out. I don't believe these were out at the time I put this on. This was the best cable operated one you could get at the time. And I'm sorry, I can't remember what brand this is, but works great. I want something that generates the same power at the braking master cylinder that my foot would, and this Hydra is supposed to be able to do that, the Hydra Pro. So I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and I'm going to show you how the brake works cable operated, and then we will install this and hopefully we'll have a better result, and we'll be right back. All right, so just to give you a view of how I got the lever set up, this is my clutch lever. I have a recluse on here, so I could take this clutch lever off, but I don't use it. So I've got my left-hand brake set up here, and I like it to where my hand is flat like this. I don't think I would like it over here, but we'll see how the Hydra will set up. But as you can see, I can go almost all the way in and have done so before, and it will lock the wheel up, but not quite as fast as it would if it were hydraulically operated. So the way this works is the cable has there's a bracket right here, and there is a little clevis. So when you press that in, it just brings that up like that. So it works fine. Like I said, it's acceptable and it's fun. After having used the left-hand rear brake, I don't see how I could ever go back to just using the foot pedal. I'm used to riding mountain bikes, and while mountain bikes, the rear brake is over here and the front brake's over here, it's so much easier, especially going down hills, or if you want to slide into a turn where you need to put your right foot down and you want to slide your back end around. Well, you couldn't normally do that because your right foot would have to be on that pedal or the lever. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to undo this. The way that I have this routed is I've got the cable routed down past the number plate, and then it comes along here and goes straight down like that. So we're going to do a similar routing, I hope. I'm not sure how much slack I'll have with this. We could route it down and this way and over, but we'll just have to see. Now, I think this fits, I'm not mistaken, I think this fits like 07 to 12 maybe, but you'll have to check. You can just go to Ox Brake, just Google that. It's oxbrake.com. And if you've got the same bike I've got and you want the Pro, that's the part number. They also have a QR code on the back to give you instructions. It's very easy to do. So let me get everything reset up and we'll start the disassembly of this and the assembly of the Ox Brake. All right, so I have a 5mm Allen head. I'm going to loosen the handlebar clamps. I will say that the hardware on this particular left-hand rear brake is very, very high quality. Got a couple of zip ties here. There's a small E-clip that's right here. All right, so I'm going to loosen the 2 locking nuts on the cable. Now this bracket right here, I'm going to take these 2 bolts out and we'll remove the bracket. This is a 5mm as well, which holds the master cylinder in to the frame. Okay. So this bracket will pull out like this. And we'll put the master cylinder back. All right, so now I'm going to remove this adapter bracket. And that's the adapter bracket. All right, so the instructions tell us this is the plunger that's on the bike from the factory, right? And it has a certain length. So we have to get these 2 basically the same height. So I took the bolt from the bike and I'm going to stick it in here like this. And then I'm going to put this one in here. And I'm going to get it lined up like this so that the bottom is equal. And then this just raises and lowers. And I'm just eyeballing it so that it's about the same or exactly the same height. They send you this super thin wrench in the kit. So let's see if I can do this again. I'm trying to keep it in frame. So I'm just taking this, I'm putting a little pressure on this so that it brings the piston up like that. I'm going to put the thin end here. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just basically jamming them together. Okay. All right, so I had to play with the layout a little bit. When I had the cable operated left-hand rear brake, the clutch perch was over here. I had slid it over here and I put the other cable operated one here. I actually prefer this because I don't, as I said before, there's rarely a time where I would use the clutch. And my hand is naturally here instead of being up like this on the other one. So this works a little bit better. It is a very tight fit because I have the flex bars, so there's not a lot of real estate here. But I ran it through just like I did the other one up under the number plate. I fed it through the radiator mount here and have it going all the way down. It's on the inside of the frame. And let's go over here. And of course, I'll show you where I'm going to zip tie everything to make sure that there's no contact with anything. And then have this fed down here. And then it's just sitting right here. All right, so let's go over the final placement of everything. So I've got the actual lever right here. And then I got my clutch lever down here. If I need to pull it, I can get to it. I put a zip tie there. I've got one down there, one here. I went to the frame here and here. Down here, I did a zip tie on the mount of the frame. And I didn't do these too tight. I still wanted it to flex if it need be. I did one zip tie right against the brake line. And then what I did right here was I took a piece of 5/16 clear line and split it just so that I have, because this is touching this, and if you happen to use the brake pedal, you know, it moves a little bit. That's what it's supposed to do. I just don't want it to rub into the line itself. But I have my 3 to 5 millimeters of free play. And I want to show you guys this. Well, let me put this back on the tripod. I need both hands to do this. All right, so I'm going to operate the handle And I want you guys to see this. So with the cable operated, because it was pulling up on the back of the lever, you saw the lever move. You're not going to see the lever move because it's actually at the piston itself. So I have this just with 2 fingers, and I cannot move this whatsoever. There's no way. Before, if I had the brake lever all the way in, I could still move this a little bit like this. That just goes to show you how powerful it is that you have a hydraulic force at the actual master cylinder instead of trying to actuate the lever. So that feels about perfect. All right, guys, well, the only thing left for me to do is to test ride it on the trail, and I have no doubt that it's going to be superior to having the cable operated brake. So if you guys have any questions, just throw them down in the comments and I'll get to them as fast as I can.